Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm going to share a USCF rated tournament game that I played on Tuesday, June 15th, 2021, and my opponent was Patrick Connors. We played at the Parma Chess Club. It was my first time back at Parma since the pandemic, so pretty exciting. And, well, I have to say that playing chess in person is a lot more fun. Just like when you introduce all the social aspects that come with playing chess in person, yeah, it just is a lot more enjoyable, I think. Although I also love online chess too. Okay, so my opponent was rated 1557. I actually didn't know that at the time. I thought he was likely 1600. I've faced him once before, and I'm pretty sure that he beat me in Akron. So didn't know what to expect this game. So he opened with 1e4. I played e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop to c4, the Italian game. So far he's playing exactly how I would with white. And after knight to f6, knight g5. So he's attacking f7. So the only real move for black is d5, and after takes, I like the move knight to a5. So here we're attacking the bishop, so discoveries are no good. We simply take the bishop. So the bishop must check, and we block with c6. And white does gain a pawn, and they also wreck black's structure, but this is a very common position. And he played queen to f3. Now, I have to admit, I was a little devious at this point in the game. I may have been slightly devious before this as well, but I kind of like dropped my pencil and looked worried at this point in the game. But in reality, I was feeling very excited because I love to sack my rook on a8 in these lines. It's actually recommended by Grandmaster Jan Gustafsson. And in order to go into that, he recommends the move h6. Now, I have played this in an online Tuesday tussle game. I think it was against Stephen Willie. I'm not totally sure, though. It was against somebody good. And I did ultimately lose that game when I made an error kind of in the latter part of the game. But these variations are very fun. So he moved his knight to e4. That's the best move. And now I take the bishop. So what's going on, right? I mean, white can take the knight. And if I take back, they take my rook. They'll be attacking my bishop. Like, it just looks horrible for black, does it not? So that is why we allow this. We take with a g pawn. And after queen takes a8, I slap down the move. Queen to d7. Now, the first time I saw this move, I was totally confused, but I am no longer confused. This move looks very natural to me now. The idea is that we want to maintain defense of the bishop, and we want to get this bishop out of here somewhere, castle, knight c6, and this queen will actually be trapped on a8. And at that point, we'll have some options to win some material. Now we're down in exchange to get this kind of play. But it turns out that the engines, well, strong engines, actually do agree this is the best line of play for black. Pretty interesting, right? So he played, well, he thought a while. And then he played knight to c3. So sorry, I need some water. Okay, so knight to c3 I think is a pretty good move. I don't think it's the best move because Gustafsson gives a line that seems very unnatural to me as the best. no doubt given by an engine. But this move does look at least a little bit challenging. He's simply developing his knight. He's putting pressure here. And I actually think, you know, this is kind of a good threat, is knight e4 threatening to fork stuff. So I think knight c3 is a good way to continue. I played knight to c6. So this is the lock her up move, right? Because another move that white could play is just queen f3, like just retreat the queen, and I would go here, and then if queen g3, there's a lot of different lines of play. I actually have a flashcard on one particular variation, but I'm going to be a little cryptic in this analysis because my opponents might watch my videos and use this against me. Okay, if they do that in most cases. All right, so queen d7, knight c3, and I played the move knight c6, locking away the queen. There's no queen f3 anymore, and he played knight takes b5. Of course, I saw this pawn was hanging, but my plan is fairly simple. I thought bishop c5. I'm going to castle and play something like, you know, bishop b7, I thought, and win material. So he also has to watch out just in case any bishop takes f2 check things might be working at some point. Don't think they are yet. He played c3, which I think is just plain too slow. So I'm not using the engine right now, but I actually thought d4 would be the best attempt. I'm actually willing to look at the engine now for a second. So let's see. I'm guessing d4. Wow. Okay, it's saying b4. Not going to tell you what the eval is. It's a little surprising to me. It says b4. What? Okay, that attacks my bishop. That I understand. And now it says to take here. Okay, I did not see this. I'm not sure what the computer has in mind here. I'm supposed to simply castle now. Wow. Yeah, just because this queen, what can the queen do? The queen is trapped. Can't go here, can't go here, can't, you know, can't go there, can't take. So the queen is completely trapped. And I'm going to do something like bishop b7, bishop a6. Are there any other moves? I think that's pretty much it. Guess I could check first and do something. Okay, but yeah, so I guess the computer likes black's play so much that it's willing to sack the bishop, leave the king in the center, and only then play to trap the queen and win material. Pretty interesting. Now c3 is the slower version, right? Because it doesn't attack anything immediately, so it lets me castle comfortably. And then d4. But now, I mean, turn the engine off. Here I thought, you know, I have some pleasant options. I mean, I could even take the pawn. I think this is possible. Opening up the e-file towards the king. Maybe rook e8 or a queen move. I don't know, but that looks possible. I didn't think that would be best, though. I have bishop b7. I also have bishop a6. So I chose bishop b7. My idea was that, yes, he's attacking my bishop. Okay, so I have to be mindful. But after bishop to b7, if he takes my rook with check, which I think is the best move, I can retreat my bishop and defend h6, which is currently attacked. So I thought this is quite nice. I guess bishop a6 is also possible. I guess there he would take. Again, I could take back this way, defending the pawn. The knight would be hanging there. And, well, I don't know. Maybe c4, maybe a4, I don't know, but okay. So d4 was played, and I went bishop to b7, and this actually did happen. So now he played bishop e3. Now, you know, I'm probably winning now. I'm up material and I'm better developed. But on the other hand, white has a lot of pawns. Okay, that's one thing. And if he coordinates, it might not be so easy for me to get the W. So I've got to be careful. So I decided to simply trade and check here. Yeah, now my goal is to not let him connect his rooks. That was kind of my goal. Queen d2, h5. I love this move. I'm gonna bring my bishop into the game with check. And it actually looks kind of scary because my other bishop might come in. And if I get these two bishops doing this, the king will have to come out here if it can. It just doesn't look like white has a lot of options. So I went ahead with this. He blocked with the bishop, which I felt was correct. So I checked, he went here, I checked, he went here, I checked. And now my idea was to reroute my queen out of the way so that I could play bishop e4. I'm gonna play bishop e4. So instead of allowing that, he went king c1. Yeah, and okay, he wants to hide his queen here, I think. Here's king there. So I went here because I'm going to plant my bishop there, probably. Yeah, my idea was bishop e4 and queen d3, and that would be kind of annoying. Like, I'm going to checkmate. So he actually did stop it. Brought my king up. Okay, and this is all played in time pressure for both sides, but I was feeling pretty good about the position. He has to go there if he doesn't want to lose his rook. So I went a pawn. Okay. Yeah, and I've learned that moves like this are quite nice because if your opponent has two rooks and you sort of keep an eye on both of them, then it's hard for white to move. Like, he would love to bring a rook down into my position like this, but then it leaves the other rook hanging. So a move like queen d2, I think, is kind of like annoying for white. Okay, plus I was attacking a pawn. He defended it. Check. And I stopped here for some reason, but oh no, actually, the heck. Okay, I think this move did happen. He went here, I grabbed this. Yeah, sorry, I didn't write down this part of the game, but I remember that here he played queen d6. So at some point this rook attacked my queen and I probably like checked or something. And the rook went here. And like a bunch of people were watching the game. I was feeling a little nervous. And it actually took me a good like 15 seconds to realize that I could just take the rook. But I did see it at least. And I took the rook and my opponent did resign. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Like, I felt super happy about this game. I mean, it's wild, isn't it? I mean, I never thought that I would be able to play chess like this. Like, sacking my rook. You know, so this is the part. Like, h6 looks ridiculous. It just does, but it kicks the knight out. And then I take the bishop, you know? And this is just hilarious. Queen d7, and that means that knight c6 is a threat, locking up the queen. But the queen f3 lines are also fun to play as black. So I'm just happy that I figured this all out. Yeah, and I think here probably I'm winning. Wow. I mean, I thought I was like -2 here if I was lucky. Computer says -6. So I guess black is like really winning, which I didn't totally realize. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will possibly post my other 2 games from Parma. I'm going to make a habit of it for a while until I start facing opponents who use my videos against me. That's kind of my role. If I continue to improve and get a high rating, I do entirely expect that to happen. But I will tell you that I'm totally pumped about my chess. Like, I was 1660 before the pandemic. I scored 2.5 out of 5 in an under 2100 section of the Cleveland Open. That brought me up to 1694. And then I went 2 out of 3 in Parma in rapid chess. And that will likely put me over 1700. It's actually not rated yet, but very likely I'll be over 1700, which is kind of like my first step. And my end of year goal would be to reach 1800. If I do better than that, I'll be just absolutely elated. I really just ask for slow progress over time. That's really all I need to be happy. So to reach 1700 this quickly, like within a few days, like of starting OTB chess, yeah, I'm thrilled. And well, I hope you guys are enjoying the journey, right? Maybe I can't get 1800 on chess.com, but it seems like my USCF might get there if this continues. So we will find out. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.